In the 33rd year of the Republic of China, the Second World War was entering its final stages. Jingguashi, once a thriving mining area, was affected by the ravages of war, and following that, came wave after wave of unfamiliar people. As for the history of this land, it had been deeply forgotten by the people. Through the perspectives of local child Ajin, Japanese soldiers, and international prisoners of war, we can see the uniqueness of Jingguashi, and the moving stories experienced by different individuals on this land. However, people from the three different sides at that time faced the challenges of the same environment. The Taiwanese people, living under the education system of the Japanese colonial era, along with the social context of the time and space, were faced with the dilemma of perceiving foreign military forces as invaders or liberators. And how did the Japanese people feel, and what were their thoughts when choosing to live in Taiwan? Regarding the local Taiwanese people and the foreign prisoners of war, did they all adopt the attitude of oppressive colonizers towards them? As for the Allied prisoners of war who arrived due to their capture in the Second World War, faced with less favorable living conditions, would they also complain alongside the Taiwanese people? And in the midst of their tense lives, how did they quietly make resilient resistance? We use the Oculus 2 as the gaming device for playing. At the beginning of the game, you can choose the specific unit you want to play. After selecting a new game, you will experience the game through a first-person perspective, immersing yourself in war-themed imagery. This allows players to feel the weight and impact of war, as well as the historical burden they will carry forward. During the game, you can engage in dialogue with non-playable characters, NPCs, through a conversation system. You can gain a deeper understanding of the current situation facing Jingguashi through these interactions. Simultaneously, you can engage in item collection and solve puzzle quests to learn more about the prisoner of war camps. When the main storyline is completed, the playable character will transform into a foreign prisoner of war. Throughout the journey, you can engage in conversations with NPCs. You can learn about each prisoner of war's perspective on their own experiences. Players can also receive quests from other prisoners of war. By completing these quests, players can progress the main storyline. Finally, through the reunion of Ajin and the prisoners of war, the two individuals from opposing positions can come to understand each other's perspectives. This work narrates a lesser-known history of Taiwan. Even though Taiwan is often referred to as the Treasure Island, yet its history has suffered numerous hardships and injustices. These historical events have gradually been forgotten by the world. Through the use of cutting-edge technology, there is an expectation to establish a connection between technology and culture. By utilizing the medium of games, it aims to attract people to actively engage in playing, encouraging proactive engagement with history in order to achieve the goal of cultural heritage preservation. In the future, it can be utilized for the revitalization project of Jingguashi, passing down these stories to the next generation.